Thanks, Stacey. Can everyone hear me with your headphones? All good? Lots of nods. That's perfect. So, reason you're here today is to, I would assume, to learn, to maybe top up your learning, or just get some of that extra motivation that you need as a business owner or someone that works within a small business. Maybe raise hands. Who here runs their own business or works for a small business owner? Okay, that's the majority of you. Perfect. So this talk today will be nice and tailored to you. Most businesses will go into execution mode before they think about strategy. So what do I mean by that? It means they start a business, they create a website, they do social media posts, and then they think, I'm not getting any customers or clients. And they just assumed before they started that the customers would just walk through the door. That's not the reality. So we're all excited when we build our website. It's our brand, it's our logo. It's very personal, right? Our logo is like our baby, or our business is like our baby. So it's very personal. But then, as I said, we then go, okay, well, where are our customers and clients? So what we need to do, we need to define what we do and why we're different, and we need to communicate that consistently, not in just in message, but in the frequency of that activity. So we're not only battling the over-communicated society, but we're battling the over-cluttered market that you're in terms of your competition. So to repeat, we want to position you and your business in the minds of your customers that is different to the competition. So when we talk about positioning, that's what we mean. If we talk about consumer behavior at the moment, lots of talk about interest rates and inflation and all that fun stuff. Firstly, stop watching the news. That's the first start. The market or consumers will always have money to spend. So the choice is whether they spend it with you or whether they spend it with somebody else. And the best way to communicate that, or for them to choose you, is to be consistent in the frequency of the communication that you're putting out there. It's either you or the competition, or you or another product, or you and someone else in the marketplace. And of course, for you guys, it's retailers in the example that I just gave, right? So your competitors are retailers. So we want to be able to remember those 4 key steps. What's our positioning? Never waver from that communication. Communicate it regularly and communicate it more than your competition. So that's why the positioning is so important, because if we don't have that first step of why we're different, then the over-communication is out there. I'm sure if everyone has walked through today, you would have seen many of the same type of offering. And in your heads, as buyers of those products, you're thinking, why are you different to the next person and the next person and the next person? I see so many businesses invest in the setup, the rent, the fit out, the product, and then they say, cool, where are the customers? No customers, no marketing. So do nothing and you lose, right? You'll be sitting at the door or sitting online waiting for the orders to come through. If there's no action, then nothing's going to happen. I use the analogy about the gym. So clients will say to us, tell me about what the return on investment looks like if I use little marketing. And I say, well, it's like this analogy. If you've never gone to the gym or eaten healthy, and then one day you use a personal trainer, he gives you guidance and advice, tells you how to eat properly, sustain the workouts that you're doing via good food, you're going to see some change because you've gone from nothing to some guidance. Marketing is the same. If you're doing nothing, but then you start to engage and do some marketing, you're going to start to see some type of impact. We went to see a client yesterday and we took one of our juniors with us to just get to know business owners a bit more, and the junior said to the client, tell me, has little marketing helped in your business? And the client, Tony, says to the junior, he goes, well, I'll tell you this. He goes, they're a painting company. He goes, we've been in business for 25 years, he said, and our revenue has always kind of gone like this. And he said, there was one year in about 2010 where it went like that. He goes, we don't know why. And he said, and then we engaged little marketing just before COVID. He goes, so COVID we didn't really see change, but he goes, but then after COVID, we just went bang, bang. And he said, little marketing would have had some impact in that, not all of it. He's not attributing it to marketing, but his point is, she didn't like the show, the point is that there was activity and he'd never done activity before. So he's saying that there's some result, there's got to be some correlation with the work that he's doing. As I was walking in here today, I came out of the car park, got in the lift, and with a lady, and I said, oh, what are you here for? And she says, oh, I'm a retailer. I said, oh, what do you do? She said, I own a pharmacy. I said, okay. I said, and so what brings you here today? She goes, well, we're already looking at gifts to stock for Christmas time. I said, okay. She goes, we've got the same customers over and over again, so we need to evolve the product that we have in our store. Otherwise, they just get bored and they move on. So we spoke about customer loyalty. Your business needs to evolve. Lots of talk about subscription models and recurring revenue. So I think I do. At the bottom of this book, feel free to take some photos. There's a couple of good books that I've read. One, The Automatic Customer from John Warlow, and Retention Point by Robert Scrobb. So the first one from John Warlow talks about recurring revenue models and how you can get clients on subscription models regardless of the business offering. And Retention Point from Robert talks about how to kind of onboard customers, keep them, stay in contact to make sure that they are staying as loyal as possible. In terms of creating community, it's about making sure that, again, that you're regular, you create some loyalty programs. Is there any membership programs that you can offer them? And one thing is about having that personal attachment. So if you can have the communication that's going out to them as personalized as possible, as often as possible, that's the key. And we're lucky in this day and age that there are so many programs out there that allow us to customize that communication, whether it's digital. The digital one, obviously there's platforms out there, but if the customers are coming in store, nothing can beat that face-to-face interaction and making them feel like they're attached to the business.
Hi. So First of all, thank you so much for your presentation today.
No worries. What was your name?
Chiara.
Chiara, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I was just wondering, and I wrote this down as well, so I don't really get this wrong.
Very good.
What are some common mistakes that businesses should avoid when focusing on both customer acquisition and retention, and how can you strike the right balance between the two?
Can you ask that again?
Yeah.
Sorry, there was a bit in there.
So I do believe there should be a bit of a balance in between acquiring new customers and retaining your existing customers.
Yes.
So what are some common mistakes that you say businesses are making at the moment, and how can you just avoid them?
For sure. So the one thing I'd say about your existing customers is they're already warm and hot. So they already love you, they've already purchased from you. So potentially the cost of acquisition, the cost of keeping them is less versus the cost of acquisition of getting new customers, right? Because you can have so many touch points where there isn't a lot of investment. For example, like an email that goes out to them or an SMS that goes out to them, and that constant contact with them. So more than likely, I'm generalizing, but a lower investment, whereas acquiring customers potentially a higher investment. So again, based on the business, what's your priority and where can you best align the investment that you have and the time that you have? So the pain points, time, money, energy, and skills, applying those four and saying, okay, where are those four areas best spent? Are they best spent or invested in existing customers or getting new ones? So it's striking that balance. But if you can do both, even better.
Thank you.
Hope that answered your question.